seed, nift, and finally UCEED results. It has been raining results for the last 3 days. I think it's just a matter of time that the NID results would also start coming up. But in the meanwhile, as results are coming up, there are further rounds that are also building up. For example, NIFT has its situation test lined up, and UCEED has its counseling also lined up. So there are lots of doubts, questions, queries, and all that students have been asking regarding all of this. So we are trying here to address two very important things. First one is some important questions related to UCEED, and the second one is college prediction, because that was one of the most commented sort of question that we have had. Hello everyone, this is Suraj and you are with THiNC Institute of Design. This live video is pertaining to the SEED college prediction and 10 of the most important questions that most of the students have been asking us. So the chat boxes are open. Any questions, doubts and all you have, you can ask. We would love to respond to all of that. Meanwhile, I would just start answering with a few of the very basic questions. To start off with, the first question, we got questions as simple as how can I check my AIR? How do you check your All India rank? So basically, when you are logging into your profile in UCEED, you will be able to see if you belong to any particular category, you will be able to see two things. The first one is the AIR rank or the open category rank that you belong to, and the second one would be the category rank if you belong to any particular category. Okay, so every student who is belonging to any particular category is supposed to have two ranks, the AIR rank and also the category rank. Now, there have been candidates who have not got such ranks. So if there is anyone who hasn't got it, please contact UCEED as soon as possible. Okay, so everyone who's belonging to any particular category should be having two ranks. Okay. Now, there was another question. I think this was mostly pertaining to the drawing section. A lot of students found it extremely unbelievable to see the part B scores. How was all of yours part B? How was the marking? How do you feel about that? Can everyone please respond in the chat box? So there have been candidates who have been contacting us trying to know regarding the revaluation process or re-evaluation or retotaling, if at all there is any. There is nothing of that sort in case of UCEED. There is no way a re-evaluation or retotaling could be done. That is clearly mentioned in the UCEED information brochure. Okay, so two things we have discussed. First one is regarding the All India rank. When you log into your profile and give the credentials, that is, let's say, for example, your father's name, mother's name, or other credentials that they have asked, you get two ranks. If you belong to any particular category, there will be one open category rank and two OBC and CL rank, or SC or ST, or whatever community you belong to, that particular rank. Okay. Below that, you will get part A and part B scores and also total UCEED scores. Okay. RK says the part B part was terrible. I got only 17.5 for part B, says Salma. What college can my daughter expect with 956 rank with general category? We'll get to that. We'll get to those sorts of questions also. SCAR 30, can I expect IT Delhi or Bombay? Says Satvik Baruri. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that question also. Factor says 18 in part B. We've seen very low scores. We've seen even 12, 12.5. I think some of my colleagues have also seen even below that. So part B, generally also part B is quite tough. It's quite rigorously evaluated by UC from what I understand. Okay. Now, third is there's been a question on what is the minimum rank that is required to get a seat in IIT. See, we cannot say a particular rank or mark that is required to get into IIT. The best data that RK says we just 4.5. See, that's what I was saying. Drawing part was extremely difficult. Probably they were very stringent in evaluating the part B. Probably. Okay, coming to the third question, what's the minimum rank required to get a seat in IIT? See, we do not have any particular rank which we can guarantee. It's only based on the previous year's data that we can talk about it. Okay, so Aishija says, I got 57. Wow, that's great. 57.5 in part B. That was the fastest 30 minutes of my life. My AAR is 65 and I'm an open category student. Nonsense. What's my chance of getting into an IIT? Yes, Rini, we'll get to you. It's quite impressive, Ayushi, the scores that you've got. Was your rank AAR 16? I slightly remember, probably it was your comment that you had mentioned yesterday, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So regarding the minimum rank or the last rank that's required, from the data that we have in the previous years, the closing rank for open category students at IITDM Jabalpur was 122. Okay, so that could be something. This is after the 5th round. That is even after the supplementary round 2. Okay. Okay. Barua says I got 29, but I expected more than 40, which is why I got a bad rank. Okay. So this is regarding the minimum rank. We cannot say what exactly is the last rank that is required. It basically depends upon a lot of factors. Okay. My category rank, SC rank is 270. Is there a chance for IIT? So SC rank, when we're talking about SC rank, that's an entirely different ballgame. That is for the second rank. That is the particular category that you belong to. That rank comes into picture. It is not the open rank that matters. If you belong to any particular category, it is the category rank that matters. So for students who belong to SC, the last rank that was admitted last year was 38 at IITDM Jabalpur. Okay. SC 15, what are the chances for IIT Bombay? So when we are looking at the last ranks of last year, there is very less chance for IIT Bombay. There is always this huge rush at IIT Bombay to get into ITC and all. However, there's good chances for you to get at IIT Guwahati, Hyderabad, and Jabalpur. Okay. Again, what college can I expect with an open rank of 400? See, an open rank of 400 and all is a little bit difficult. The last rank was 122 in open category. Okay, so that could be a bit difficult. But the other thing that you can do is you can definitely try applying for the result sharing institutions. Okay, I hope you people are aware of the result sharing institutions. So there are two types of institutions when we are talking about UCEED. There is one, participating institutions, and two, result sharing institutions. So participation institutions are basically the IIT Bombay, IIT Guwahati, Hyderabad, and Jabalpur. And on the other hand, the result sharing institutions are basically the ones wherein the results would also be shared. For example, WUD Haryana, UPES School of Design Dehradun. You have lots of universities, lovely professional universities. Nirma, CEPT is there, Srishti is there. Okay. Where do you get all these details? Where do you get the details about the result sharing, result sharing universities? You can go on to UCEED's website and get it. Okay, NSUIT Delhi, VIT School of Design at Vellore, and all these institutions are the result sharing institutions. So you can contact the result sharing institutions directly and get an idea of what exactly is the procedure for admissions and things like that. Okay. When can I get the scorecard? So the scorecards are expected by March. If my memory is correct, it is March 16th. That is from where you will start getting the scorecard. It will almost be very similar. You will get 2 ranks if you belong to any particular category or community, or just a single rank if you belong to the general category, that is open rank alone. And you will also have your marks, that is part A and part B marks that you have got. Okay. We are expecting, usually supplement, what happens is there would be 3 rounds of 3 professional rounds to start off with, round 1, round 2, round 3, and there will be 2 rounds after that. That is supplementary round 1 and supplementary round 2. Okay. Now, there's been some questions regarding some of the students getting NA in part B. Now, why is this happening? Why is it that it's not made visible? What's the score? What's the funda behind all of this? So if you have not qualified or if you have not cleared the cutoff in part A, your part B would not be evaluated. Because of that, your part B scores would be NA, are not applicable. And that in turn would result in total UCEED score also becoming NA. So if you haven't qualified for that, if you haven't qualified or cleared the cutoff in part A, then you won't be getting part B and a total UCEED score. It would basically be NA. Okay. Now, regarding the rounds of counseling, as I've already said, usually what happens is there would be 3 rounds, and after that there will be a couple of supplementary rounds. Okay. Is there any chance to get admissions if I fail in the UCEED exam? See, basically, it would be difficult for you to apply with the UCEED scores then. But then again, there are also very few institutions which uses NATA scores, which uses NID scores and all. So you can obviously try joining all those institutions, applying to all those institutions. Okay. Okay. Let me try answering these questions. Now, if you have any questions and all, please do post it in the live chat box. I would start with, okay, Satvik Baruri says SC AIR rank 30. Can I expect IIT Delhi or IIT Bombay? So IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay would be a bit difficult with SC rank of 30. Again, factor says SC 15. With SC 15 also IIT Bombay would be a bit difficult. You can try Guwahati, Hyderabad, Jabalpur and all. Salma says I got 252 OBC rank. Now, in case of OBC, the last rank admitted at IIITDM Jabalpur was 80. So there could be some chances. Please also note that in the last year's counseling, opening and closing ranks and all, IIT Delhi was not included. So IIT Delhi has just chipped in with 20 seats. So there could be a slight variation in the last ranks which I'm mentioning right now. Okay. Kam Dulu says best private colleges we can apply for. See, the best private colleges we can apply for. You can anyway try applying to all these institutions, all these result sharing institutions which I just mentioned. 5 plus 6, okay, 15 institutions are there. So you can definitely try to start off with. That would be a good point to start off with. If there are any more doubts regarding colleges and all where you want to apply and all, you can contact us. The contact number would be 8086 111 216. Okay. I got an OBC rank of 268. Is there any chance? Neko T says, okay, there are very less chances with OBC 268. That's very low chances. Aishi has explained what Aishi did while drawing. Guys, I drew 7 people in the canteen. I drew the sunbeams coming through. I drew graffiti on the walls, and I used a yellow color pencil to shade some of the sun rays. Okay. So if there are any questions, please keep posting. Then RK says AIR 87 open. Any chance for any IIT? So as I said, IITDM Jabalpur is there. 122 was the closing rank. For IIT Guwahati, Hyderabad and all, it was in the late 60s. Probably there would be a slight variation. Like IIT Hyderabad would go from 69 last year to, let's say, 75 or 79 and all, with the entrance of IIT Delhi. Okay, Adit has asked which college is better. So, like, what are you talking about? Which are the colleges that you are talking about? Is it the IITs that you are talking about? Every IIT has its own, its own positives. Every IIT has its own pros. So you can go through that. Like, for example, IIT Bombay, Guwahati, and all. They have, Bombay has extensive industrial exposure. There's a lot of exchange programs that happens. IIT Guwahati also has a rich culture of over the years it has established. IIT Delhi is something that is an institution that is starting the design courses, bdes courses for the first time. They were giving, I think, MDes and PhD earlier also. So it depends on a lot of factors. Let me see if there are other questions that are pending. Satvik Baruri asks, are there any situations of vacant seats and the seats were given to next eligible students? Okay, so basically what happens is usually there will be 5 rounds. There will be 3 rounds initially, round 1, 2, 3. And after that, there will be supplementary rounds, supplementary 1 and supplementary 2. So if there is any pending seats in between that, it will be given to the next eligible candidate. That's what basically happens. Hadi Hanan, hello, Hadi or Hadi, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrongly. Any chance for OBC 153? OBC 153 would be a bit difficult because even at triple ITDM Jabalpur, the last rank is somewhere around 80. So that would be a bit difficult. Yes, Vasu Anand asks about OBC 28. Yes, OBC 28, you should be able to get Guwahati, Hyderabad, Jabalpur and all. Even IIT Delhi, we're not sure because IIT Delhi last year there was no counseling, right? So we are not sure about that. So let's wait for that also. So please wait for the scorecards to come out. Okay, once the scorecards are out, you can definitely use those scorecards. You can also go to the private institutions, the private universities that has been shared here. Okay, you can see this particular list. This list is already available in the UCEED website also. So you can directly go there and you can see, and you can apply to whichever colleges or institutions that you want to apply for. Okay, regarding counseling or even regarding anything like, let's say, for example, how to apply to all these institutions and all, you should start. You should definitely try. Please do see all the details, credentials and all is based on the previous year's data. So do not rely upon them completely. People's decision-making choices varies with respect to the situations around. Like, for example, COVID could define a lot of decisions that we are all making. So we would definitely suggest you to please go ahead and apply to all the institutions that you are eligible for. Please do not leave out anything to chance. We've worked so hard, we've got such a good result. The fact that you have qualified in itself is a great achievement. Okay, so everyone who has got a score, everyone who has got a rank in itself means that you're qualified, right? So that in itself is a great achievement. Okay, so if there are any questions, please keep them coming. Okay, so with the category rank of 14 in ST, so category rank of 14 in ST, you can apply to again triple TDM Jabalpur, triple ITDM Jabalpur. The last rank is 22. Again, Guwahati and all might go a bit far this time because of the entrance of IIT Delhi. At least that's what we are hoping for. So that could extend the ranks. Jashabanta Boy, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. How to strategically apply for the institutional preferences to boost the chances of getting into the preferred institution. Okay, so host, if you can, please share the contact details of the academic counseling head staff, 8086 111 216. So Satvik, you can just contact us and we would help you out on how exactly you can, apply to all these institutions and all, so that you do not miss out on anything. Okay. And Barua, do these result sharing institutes see the ranks, for example, Srishti Tech students having secured a rank of 600 and below? See, basically what happens is students who have qualified, the minimum criteria to apply to all these institutions is that you should be qualified. Once you're qualified, you can apply to all these institutions. With respect to everyone, those who have applied, they'll prepare a rank list and a waiting list. So based on that, you will be selected. Okay, we are not interested, Sandeep, in that. What is the next step after getting the ranks? Okay, Binsi Jolly, what is the next step after getting the ranks to get admissions? So you need to wait till the scorecards comes up. So you'll have to wait till your scorecards are made available. I think it will be available from the 16th of March. Once it's made available, you can download it. Then the counseling dates. We are, as I've said, we are not sure about how many rounds will be there for this year. Like, for example, how many rounds they are going to give this counseling and all. We're not still sure about that. So we'll have to wait that and see. And once the counseling process and all starts, you can start applying, take part in each of the rounds. You just have to register once. Last year, what happened was, if you register once before the round one, then you'll be able to participate in all the rounds subsequently. But you need to keep checking after every round, the results are published, you need to keep checking. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, there is no process or procedure for revaluation. Okay. If at all there is any issue with respect to, let us say, for example, you belong to any particular category, you should be getting 2 ranks. But if you're not getting 2 ranks, and if there is only 1 rank that is being made available, you can raise a query or you can report a problem. The same thing that you have to do by logging into your profile, and you can raise a query. Okay. Any other questions, queries, and all, please do ask us. Please do post it in the live chat box. Okay, so basically we were trying to answer some of the questions that were not answered, or answer some of the questions wherein there were lots of doubts, questions which were being posted as comments to our YouTube videos. So the first one is whether you have any option of getting reevaluated or challenge it. No, you do not have any option of evaluating or even retotaling. Such an option is not there. They've mentioned it in the they've mentioned it in the information brochure. Okay. Okay, so what is the minimum rank required to get into any IIT? So as I've said earlier, there is no minimum rank. It's basically the last ranks of the last year's final round of counseling that we have. So it is based on that we can get an idea. And in open category, it would be somewhere around 122 for IITDM Jabalpur. Okay. Then which college can I expect with an open rank of 400? So with 400, 500 and all, the chances are very less. Okay. So what you can do is, the best thing that you can do is, you can also apply to these result sharing institutions. In all these result sharing institutions, you can find the names of those institutions from the website of UCEED itself. There are around 15 institutions. You can apply to all these institutions with your valid score. Okay. Okay, Binsi Jolly has asked a question. What are the best courses? So basically, we are talking about UCEED bdes admissions only here. That's the only course that we are talking about. Yes, Anup Jain. Yes. So in Bombay, Delhi, and Hyderabad, you can apply with any of the streams that you are studying with. And in case of Guwahati and Jabalpur, there are certain conditions that they have mentioned. So only those students who have done their 12th standard from that stream can apply. With an AAR of 68, Rini asks, with an AAR of 68, what is the chance of getting into an IIT? With an AAR of 68. So if you're talking about Rini, I'm assuming that that's an open category rank, and an open category rank of 68, Hyderabad could be touch and go. Now, because you're not interested in, because you cannot apply for Guwahati and Jabalpur, Hyderabad could be touch and go at 69. The last rank was 69 last year. So you could also try IIT Delhi. Did I miss any questions? Any more doubts, queries to be answered? You can ask us. I think there was one question. Yeah. Anup Jain has asked, with AR 47, what is the chance in any IIT without science? So an AR of 47 without science, again, it's Hyderabad. Hyderabad last rank was somewhere around 69. So you can try that. Guwahati also you could have tried, but because it's non-science, it won't be possible. Sadiq has asked a question for BDS between IIT Delhi and IIT Guwahati, which is better. See, one is, as I said earlier, both of them have their own positives, their own advantages. Guwahati has a rich history in the design department. Delhi is quite famous at school when it comes to IITs, when it comes to BTech and all. So they have their own advantages. I think most of the other questions I've answered. If there is anyone who's joining in later on, please do post the questions. So Sadiq, I think I missed your question earlier and I have answered it now. Bhumi, I got EWS rank 40 and I'm a science student. Will I be able to get a seat? EWS rank of 40 might be a bit difficult because the last rank in case of EWS is 33, and that was again Jabalpur. So 40 could be difficult. It could be touch and go. But having said that, again, IIT Delhi is entering this year, so that could also push the seats a little bit. AIR 60 general category says Binsi. AIR 60 Bombay, the chances are very less. There's this huge rush and demand in case of Bombay for any category, to be frank. So 60, you can try Guwahati. There's a good chance for Guwahati, Hyderabad, Jabalpur and all. But Bombay, with respect to the last years, it seems very less. The chances seems very less. Manchunath TR says, I have 602 AIR. What are the chances? If you're talking about the participating institutions, that is the 5 IITs, the chances are a bit low. But Manjunath, you can definitely try the other institutions, the result sharing institutions, 15 of them I had shared in the beginning of this particular live. So you can check out that. You can also go to the UCEED's website and look at those institutions. You can apply to those institutions. If you want to know which are the good institutions in there, which ones could be suitable for you, you can contact us. You can contact our counseling head at 8086 111 216. You can just ping WhatsApp or call them. No issues. Arya Patil says, I'm EWS 47. Which college can I get? Again, EWS 47 would be a bit difficult. The last rank was somewhere around 33 in the EWS category. So that would be a bit difficult. But again, please do apply to the other result sharing institutions at all. For everyone who's confused about what to do if you're not getting into the participating institutions, if you're not getting into the IITs, please do not give up. Along with the result sharing institutions, there are also other institutions wherein the result sharing doesn't happen, but they also have the bdes courses and all. So you can also try applying. Ultimately, if the aim is to do a Bachelor of Design program, and if you're really passionate or talented about it, and if you're very serious about it, you can even do it in other colleges also. It's not necessary that you have to do it from IIT itself. Okay, so to know about that, you can contact us. Okay. Shruti Kumari asks, the slide which you are showing is of which year? If you are asking about the results, it is of this year. We've not completed collecting the results. We are still collecting it. We've not completed it, so we'll update it as and when we get all the ranks. ZZ says ST rank 47. What are the chances? Again, chances are a bit low. The number of seats, the thing is, the number of seats is very less. So generally, the number of seats is less. So when we're talking about reserved categories, the seats becomes much lesser. So the last closing rank for Jabalpur was 22. IITDM Jabalpur, it was 22. So the chances are a bit low. Z. It should probably be ZZ, right? I'm pronouncing it wrong, probably. I'm not getting the interesting names that you people are putting. Can I try next year again? See, if you are doing your 12th standard this year, then this year and next year is what you have. Usually that is how they come up their notification with. Okay, so everyone who is writing the 12th standard in that particular year, wherein you are completing your 12th standard, you can apply and write UCEED. Also, the next year you can apply and write the UCEED. But if you have already written your 12th standard previous year, then this is your last year. You won't be able to apply. So it's quite conditional. Manjunath, I hope that's clear. You can actually do that, Manjunath. I think this year there was one student who had done that in our institute and got quite good rank. So yes, definitely. If you're quite sure and confident about it, then you can definitely do that. There are people who do that, but very rare. Sriku, what are the chances of rank 182? See, to everyone who's saying their ranks, please do mention which is the category or community that you belong to, because the whole ball game changes when there is a community that's coming in between. Okay, so if it's open category, please mention open 182. I'm assuming that Sriku, you are open. So in that case, it would be a bit difficult. IITDM Jabalpur, the last rank was 122, so 182 would be a bit difficult. So any other questions, any doubts and all, please do ask in the live chat box. Okay, so most of the questions have been answered. Okay, Fayaz Hussain, sir, OBC rank 91, is there any chance? OBC rank 91, chances are less. Jabalpur, I think, ended last year somewhere in the 80s. 80, yes. Jabalpur last rank was 80. So this year it would be a bit difficult. It might come a bit closer, but please do not give up. Do apply, because as I said, Delhi is also there this year. Delhi has also chipped in. Okay. So I think most of the queries have been answered. I'll just go through some of the questions once again. For everyone asking whether they can reevaluate, especially with respect to drawing, a lot of students were asking. So you cannot reevaluate. There is no option of challenging at all. A lot of students were talking about the criteria of evaluation being quite stringent in case of part B drawing. What's the minimum rank required to get into any IIT? So there isn't. Okay, Manjunath asks the last question. What should be the rank for Bombay? I'm assuming that what should be the last rank for, what is the last rank for IIT Bombay is what you are asking. So Manjunath, in case of IIT Bombay, the last rank was 2020 in open category. The last rank was 20. Vinci Jolly, what was the last rank at Hyderabad last year? IIT Hyderabad last year, it was, I think, 69. IIT Hyderabad in open category, it was 69. Okay. To everyone who belongs to a particular community, it is your community or category rank that would be counted in case of counseling. Okay. It won't be the All India rank. Bombay, IIT Bombay entered first of 20, then followed by Guwahati, Hyderabad, and finally Jabalpur. This year the edition is IIT Delhi. Okay, so I think most of the questions I've answered. So yes, what I was talking about earlier, there is no re-evaluation or even retotaling is not permitted. Okay, regarding the number of rounds that would be there. Last year there were 5 rounds, 3 rounds plus 2 supplementary rounds. This year we need to wait and see. So we are expecting 5 rounds. Let's wait and see till the counseling notification and things like that comes up. We'll get a good idea. Okay. Then result sharing institutions, we have already talked about it. You can go to the UCEED's website and get the result sharing institutions. Okay. And regarding your scorecard and all, you will get your scorecard by March 16th. We'll have to wait till that. Oh, sorry, scorecards will be available from the 14th of March. Okay, from the 14th of March onwards. So you will be able to download the scorecards by then. Okay. Is there any other stages for examinations? No, as of now, what you need to do is regarding the counseling. Once the counseling process and all starts, you will have to apply for that. And last year it was a one-time application. Once you apply for the first round, you will be eligible for round 1, 2, 3 and supplementary round 1 and 2. Okay. So basically everyone who has appeared for 2022 will be getting a scorecard. But everyone who has qualified will only be getting a rank, a common merit rank or an all India rank. Okay. All shortlisted candidates, those who got qualified, will get a rank, common merit rank or all India rank. Okay. And again, obtaining a rank doesn't mean that you get a seat and all. So the bdes program basically will be a counseling setup there. Okay. What is the order of preference list you suggest? It also depends upon where exactly you are. Basically, everyone starts off with IIT Bombay. For the specific list, I would suggest you to contact us at 8086 111 216. Okay, I hope that's clear, Sadik. Now, your rank list and all is prepared based on the marks that you have got in part A and part B combined together. Okay. Vasu, and then no, usually what happens is with respect to the mark that you get, you will get a rank, you would have got a rank now. And with respect to that rank, you will be called for your counseling. There won't be any sort of portfolio or things like that in case of bdes. UCEED counseling, there won't be usually anything like that. Okay. So I think I've made myself clear. Yes, Manjuna, Delhi's seat is not mentioned in the brochure, but if you go to UCEED's website, you can find it. If you go to UCEED 2022's website, there is a seat matrix that has been given. So if you go there, you will be able to see the seat matrix, and Delhi has also been added there. Delhi has a total of 20 seats. Delhi has a total of 20 seats. The highest number of seats is at Jabalpur. There are 66 seats at Jabalpur, followed by Guwahati, 56. Then you have Bombay, 37. And then you have Delhi and Hyderabad at 20. Okay. What ranks we have to secure to get into IIT Hyderabad? So IIT Hyderabad last year, if you're talking about the open category, it ended at 69. Open category, open rank, it ended at 69. Okay. So I hope that is it. We have mostly cleared the doubts that have been asked. Okay, so for any counseling related queries, doubts and all, you can contact us. Okay, the number has been given in the chat box and we have pinned that. Okay, for the NIFT aspirants, we also have our situation test batches that have started from today. Today will be the first class, so you can join us. Again, you need to contact the same number 8086111216, or you can change the last three digits 216. You can change it to 488. So NIFT queries also, NIFT situation test classes also have been started. NIFT queries also we will be answering. If there are any questions, please post it in the below the NIFT videos. We will only be happy to answer. Okay, so I think there are no more questions. It's really nice interacting with such a active crowd. If there are any more questions, the recordings would be available. You can keep posting it. Okay, we'll be happy to answer. Or the best way to get a very quick response would be to contact us at 8086 111 216. So that would be, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Okay, we'll see you in the next session. We'll travel together till everyone reaches IIT or their destined design colleges. Okay, let's travel together and finally start working on the dreams that you have all been seeing for a long period of time. Okay, so thank you everyone. It was a nice session. Until we see you in the next session, that would be thank you from THiNC Institute of Design. Thank you everyone. Thank you, host.